I have a big picture point to make, which is I think one of the amazing things to me is that in the wake of the financial crisis and others, that there are people blaming our failure to get out of the crisis on regulation. It's just laughable. When in many ways what we've gone through was a failure of prudential regulation and a failure to appreciate that the stronger the capital markets are in terms of the pressures they put on businesses to deliver immediate returns, the greater systemic risk there's going to be. And if you have entities which you're going to bail out, they're under pressure to take more risks. And precisely because they think that you're going to bail them out, they're happy to take that more risk. And we had a situation where we weakened prudential regulation over time while strengthening the capital markets' ability to put pressure on entities. And as a result, is it a surprise? No, I think it's historically predictable that we got a great deal of risk and wreckage. And I think the question is, do we want silly regulations? No. Do we want regulations where we don't need them? No. But frankly, if we're going to go forward on a sound basis, we're going to have regulation. I'm not convinced that we've fixed the problems. But it is kind of funny because, for example, I've even heard people out there saying, well, we paid back the TARP money. Well, really? Let's market test every dollar that was taken at the Fed window. And let's see what you would have gotten if you had to actually borrow it at real rates. And then maybe pay it back at real rates. There are a lot of Americans in the room who actually would love to get money at the Fed window for zero. We, in some ways, subsidize these entities in another way to get them healthy again. So I think the question shouldn't be here, did we get into this because of regulation? I would say in some ways we did, because we simply did not have sound regulatory principles that we'd followed historically. So how are we going to grow out of this by eliminating all regulation? I think that's silly. I think we should talk about what there is. And even BP, I mean, frankly, talking about it, we did have that thing in the Gulf. We did have Massey Energy. And we've had a lot of things that have had negative spillover effects on the economy precisely because of not having sound regulation in some important areas.